Our next story is about China. It is finally loosening up. A week ago, the government announced some 20 tweaks to its infamous zero COVID policy. But the timing of this relaxation seems rather odd, as fresh COVID cases have peaked in the country since spring. The country reported more than 24,000 infections on Thursday. This is the highest number of cases since April. Have to say, after years of treating every single infection as a threat, China's newfound tolerance of COVID infection seems rather strange. Let me give you a few examples. Under the old playbook, the city of Shijiazhuang would have used mass testing to curb any kind of outbreak. But recently, its officials gave free rein to restaurants, malls, and public transport. Visitors would no longer require proof of a recent negative COVID test to enter these public spaces. But that's not all. As per the new guidelines, Chinese officials have been asked to give up their favorite activity. That is, they must not arbitrarily lock down cities. Something which has been a routine exercise in China of late. But the resolve of this decision would be put to test in Guangzhou, a metropolis that is reporting thousands of new cases each day. Harsh district-level controls are in place in the city, but analysts think that a city-wide lockdown is inevitable. Meanwhile, Hong Kong too is struggling with the virus, recording almost 5,000 cases every day. What happened to zero COVID? Hong Kong has still vowed to relax COVID restrictions, but it seems it can't make up its mind as to what's safe and what's unsafe. And so you have rules that are rather strange for residents, confusing them. Let me explain. Take trail running, for example. The government just removed a ban on race organizers providing food to the competitors, and yet the relaxation came with a strict provision. Runners were only allowed to eat bananas after the race. That too by themselves, alone, in silence, away from the checkpoints. Almost as though they're grounded for bad behavior. Now, this is just one example of rules that just don't make any sense and are exasperating for both the residents and businesses. Patrons need to show a negative rapid test to enjoy drinks in bars. But no such requirement exists for restaurants. As many as 240 people are permitted to attend a banquet. Yet outdoor gatherings are limited to 12. People need to scan a QR code to enter many premises, even though the government is no longer using the connected app for tracing residents' exposure to the infection. What gives? Another example of the contradictions at play is Hong Kong's entry process. It's convoluted. Travelers are banned from dining in at restaurants or going to bars for the first 3 days. But at the same time, a new arrival can go straight to work. They can travel to a crowded office directly from the airport if they want to. And the ban doesn't seem to be on the risk of infections, but just on leisure activities. It is the conflicting nature of Hong Kong's rules that has critics questioning the rationale behind them. The government says it is following a science-based approach to limit the spread of infections. However, no scientific evidence suggests that feeding bananas to runners can reduce COVID-19. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.